Yosbany, VEITIA.
Yosbany VEITIA is the tournament #1 seed. He's ranked #3 in the world. He's a 25-year-old competing in his fourth AIBA World Boxing Championships here. And he's looking to go one better than the silver medal that he won in Doha 2 years ago.
And now, please welcome for the blue corner, representing Uzbekistan, Yasurbek, LATIPOV.
Jasurbek Latipov is a 2-time World Championship medalist. His best was silver in the 2013 championships at the 52-kilogram flyweight limit. Here he is in the final for the second time in his career, and like the man on the other side of the ring, he's looking to be crowned a world champion for the very first time. Came away with bronze in 2011. So a gold medal here would complete his world championship collection. VEITIA from Villa Clara in Cuba. And that was a hard-fought, nail-biting win over the man from Russia. Some people ringside question the tactics that he adopted against the front foot aggressor from the European country of Russia, Latipov. 25 years of age, and he had a hard-fought, scrappy win over Kim In-kyu, where his more precise power punching in the third round perhaps proved to be decisive. Very good round 3 from Latipov, but it was a physical encounter against In-kyu Kim. This man appeared to be saving energy in his semi-final contest. And you have to say that he timed it just right, because he got over the finish line with a 3-2 split decision victory. These two men have met once before. It was earlier this season in World Series boxing. And in that second leg of the quarterfinals, it was VEITIA who prevailed. So we're underway then in the 52-kilogram flyweight gold medal bout between boxers from Cuba and Uzbekistan. The man in red is the Cuban representative, operating out of the southpaw stance. Yosbany VEITIA, contesting his 4th World Boxing Championships, got through with a good right jab to the body. He's the reigning World Championship silver medalist from Doha 2 years ago, and his opponent, wearing blue with a low-held left hand out of that orthodox stance, is Jasurbek Latipov. Both of these men, 25 years of age. Latipov was a World Championship silver medalist in Kazakhstan in 2013.
Latipov in his semi-final run against the South Korean Kim. It was a real scrappy affair. He tends to throw shots from real long distances, does Latipov, but he got the tactics right against Kim. He's just got to improve his accuracy a little bit more, because there was a lot of shots that sort of went right round the head and the neck area of his opponent Kim. He threw a lot of shots like that one there. He's probably a little bit too far out, like he was against Kim. He likes to sit on the back foot and wait, and then he springs with fast feet and then throws that wild sort of right hand. But he's got to improve his accuracy in this one against VEITIA.
Halfway through the opening round, VEITIA has made a patient start, picking his punches well. High proportion, high percentage of accuracy from the man in red. Latipov trying a double left hand, but again he's short of the mark. Then made to miss, and it's a wonderful right jab and then a counter left over the top from VEITIA.
You see VEITIA just using that jab, it's like a measuring gauge, if anything. He's just measuring the distance, just keeping his man off balance, picking up the points. Latipov waits. Almost landed a shot there. If he does land, it looks spectacular, because he put so much into it, and he has got fast feet, the man in blue, but he just waits a little bit too long occasionally. And like I say, he occasionally comes back with the left hook also, but a lot of stuff doesn't hit the target.
Snaking right hand to the body once again as Latipov comes forward with another raiding attack, but once more he's wide of the mark with his salvo. VEITIA trying to draw that lead, tempting and teasing, gets back to that antenna of a right jab once again. Right hand around the corner, wasn't too far away from LATIPOV.
VEITIA is actually boxing a clever contest in this first round, Ronald. He's not going over his front foot too much. He's measuring the distance with his jab. He's boxing with caution because he knows his opponent's got a good right hand. And it's been a clever round, really, with not a lot that's happened in it. But he's probably won that round, VEITIA. So LATIPOV waits, doesn't hit the target too often in that round. There's the Uzbekistan corner. There may be a change of tactic from LATIPOV. He may have to come on his front foot and try and close the gap down, because VEITIA's boxing a clever contest with that jab at distance. That's nice stuff from the Cuban.
Representing Cuba, Yosbany, VEITIA.
It's a classic case of if your opponent doesn't come to you, you've got to go to him. But we may see a change in tempo, a change in tactic from LATIPOV.
So round two in the 52 kilogram flyweight final. Yosbany VEITIA claimed continental gold earlier this year in Tegucigalpa. The man he's facing was also a continental gold medalist in his home country of Uzbekistan. Won 5 out of 5 to claim that Asian Championships. And VEITIA so relaxed at this type of tempo and this type of distance. And this type of contest, you would have to suspect, favors him. He got through with a good left hand to the body, but a counter hook came in his direction that wasn't too far away. And again, in and out with the long right jab just above the belt line, VEITIA. And LATIPOV can't close the distance, and he's falling short with his own salvos.
Well, that's the measuring with the distance, you see, with that jab. That's what VEITIA's doing, being very clever on that back foot. He almost got caught there, though. But LATIPOV has got to probably change things, or he's certainly got to improve in terms of his reactions. Oh, head clash, nasty head clash that was. But he's not doing enough for me, LATIPOV. He's got to do a little bit more.
And he's waiting, but he's being beaten to the punch consistently. Lovely double left hand from VEITIA, body head. Whipping right hand is an arm punch from LATIPOV, and again walks into a ramrod right jab from the man in red. Wonderful punch picking from VEITIA, and LATIPOV, well, he's letting his hands go, but he's not landing any leather on flesh and bone.
Yeah, he's got to start probably feinting with his front foot as LATIPOV and his front hand, and try and trigger the attack from VEITIA. That's what he's got to do, and then go back. He's just waiting a little bit too long, is the man in blue, and that's why I don't think he's doing enough work.
VEITIA up on his toes now as the referee reminds the boxers again about their responsibility to keep their heads up. Remember, head guards came off in AIBA Elite Open Boxing at the World Championships in 2013 as LATIPOV gets through with a good right hand to the body, countered immediately by a right hand. Now, we've seen VEITIA pawing at his forehead after one of those numerous head clashes. Timeout has been called, and the referee has just signaled. You see him bumping his knuckles together. As we see Gilberto Mendoza from the WBA alongside the chief executive of AIBA, William Louis Marie. He's just reinforcing this gesture that the referee made. That is an accidental head clash that has caused the injury to the eyebrow of Yosbany VEITIA. So if that same injury causes the contest to be stopped, we will go to the scorecards. Good right hand from LATIPOV, perhaps his best shot of the entire contest.
Yeah, good shot there from LATIPOV. VEITIA has just abandoned his jab at this stage, and his feet have just slowed down a little bit, and that's allowed LATIPOV to get a little bit closer, and he's landed a couple of good right hands. So things are changing. You see, once the Cuban holds his feet and abandons that jab, then it brings LATIPOV into it. But LATIPOV again misses wildly with that right hand.
And he puts everything behind it, so much so that sometimes the momentum threatens to pirouette him around and have him fall over. And that's You can see how significant that cut is above the right eyebrow of Yosbany VEITIA. Corner with a lot of work to do.
Let's see if we can see how it happened. The heads did clash a couple of times in this round. That's a nice jab there from the Cuban. See again, Latipov starting the attack too far away, not very accurate. Good work there from the Cuban, in and out. That's where I think the heads clashed, and that's where the cut came from. So the referee has got that spot on. It was an accidental head clash. But Latipov in that round, Ronald, got a little bit closer, did a little bit better.
So we're into the third and final round of what has been an absorbing 52-kilogram flyweight gold medal bout between two World Championship gold medalists. The boxer wearing red is the World Championship silver medalist from 2015. His opponent wearing blue took the silver medal in the edition before that. Both of them vying for their top spot on the podium for the first time in their careers. VEITIA contesting his fourth World Championship here, and Latipov again runs onto a right jab, but he's continuing to load up on that right hand as he switches to the southpaw stance. Good right hand to the body from VEITIA.
Well, he's having a little bit more success now, Latipov, and that's mainly because VEITIA is he's just holding his feet occasionally too long, and that's allowing Latipov to come back with a couple of shots. He's got to keep the movement going, this Cuban. When he's moving and he's in and out, again, he's a very difficult man to nail down.
So a minute gone in the third and final round. VEITIA picked his punches with precision in the opening round. There was a clash of heads, which resulted in a cut, which you can see just putting a trace of red around the right eye of VEITIA. He nods his head as he comes back into the pocket once again. It's rough on the inside. But after the appearance of that injury, Latipov appeared to have more success in the closing stages of round number two.
You can't afford to hold your feet against Latipov. You know, if you're landing that jab and that straight there, and that's all, that was a cracking shot to the body. Yeah, you've got to give him a count for that. That was a belting shot to the body. And after that left jab, a right jab, then that left uppercut went downstairs. Lovely work.
So a standing 8 count, or an 8 count issued in the direction of Latipov. He's continuing to load up on that right hand, walks into another right jab. It's worth reinforcing that sending your man to the canvas and producing a count does not automatically result in a 10-8 round in AIBA boxing, as it usually does in the non-AIBA professional ranks. So VEITIA going to have to remain concentrated. He scores with a lovely southpaw left and a right jab once again.
You see, this is what Latipov should have been doing, Ronald, a lot sooner. Sort of on that front foot, threatening, although he still wants to counter-punch on the front foot. Try and draw the lead from your opponent. Threaten with your jab and your front foot. Feint, trigger the response, and then go back at him again. He's boxing with more urgency now, because he probably realised it's slipping away.
Looping right hand was a little bit long, but the follow-up right to the body was a hard shot from Latipov. VEITIA skipping around the perimeter again. It's another ugly tangle at close range. A 10-second clapper has sounded. VEITIA sprints back into the pocket, looking for that right jab. As again, Latipov turns his back, and at the conclusion of the contest, the body language from both boxers perhaps instructive, because the red corner feel that their man has done enough, and given the way he boxed in the first round for the majority of the second round, and indeed the majority of the third, his body language, well, it appears to be more in expectation rather than hope that he'll have his hand raised and be crowned as world champ for the first time. Good display from VEITIA.
Yeah, I thought it was. That was that body shot. I mean, he's a bit off balance, is Latipov, but it was a cracking shot downstairs, that was. And you've got to give the count. But I just felt that Latipov, his accuracy just wasn't there. We said at the start he needed to improve it in this contest. And again, he's thrown a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff has missed the target. Whereas VEITIA, for me, was the better boxer. And for me, he's got it, but you never know in this game. It could be a split, but I think the Cubans won this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner,
Yosbany VEITIA claims his first World Championship gold medal. with a unanimous 5-0 points decision victory over Yasurbek LATIPOV of Uzbekistan. It's a repeat victory over the man from Uzbekistan for the Cuban, and he becomes the world champion, improving on the silver medal that he won 2 years ago, and that is what it means to him. It's the second silver for LATIPOV, who gave everything he had, but the superior ring generalship was demonstrated by this man. And Yosbany VEITIA, embraced warmly by his compatriots and well-wishers here at the Hamburg Sporthalle. And he makes it 2 gold medals out of 2 so far for the leading nation of all time in AIBA World Boxing Championships. Cuba adding another 2 gold.